to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love?
So I just got through watching the Mary J. Blige documentary, and I just wanted to go ahead and do a video on it because that's my era. That's my fucking era. I've been a huge Mary J. Blige fan way back when she did a song with Father MC. If you do it for me, I'll do it for you. And that was way back before What's the 411. So if y'all know Mary, like I know Mary, y'all would have been on here doing a video too after watching that documentary. I learned so much about Mary J. Blige. She been through so much, and I can relate to almost everything she been through. When I was a child, that's when she came out. I never had sex or nothing like that till I was 21, but I was singing them lyrics like I was fucking. Y'all know, like, even when Trina came out, I wasn't even fucking around then. So I was singing them baddest bitch lyrics like I wasn't fucking. Hell, I'm from Dade County, so, you know, that's just how I was back then. That was my era. You know what I'm saying? But Mary J. Blige documentary, y'all, her fans is everything. I can relate to some of her fans that they had like a little sit down with, and they was talking about their, like, how Mary changed them, and they was like suicidal, some of them were, and some of them just was saying how My Life lyrics changed their life. I felt them because My Life lyrics changed my life. I was singing them lyrics like I was grown and shit, but it was like, you know, I get it. It even started off good. You know, like the first verse, she was like, life can be only what you make it. When you feeling down, you should never fake it. Say what's on your mind. Anytime you'll find that all the negative energy, it would all decease, bitch. Yes, Mary. Yes, and the way they was explaining how they came up with some of her songs and shit on that documentary was good. Puffy was on there. Andre Harrell. She like dedicated this shit to him because he was a big influence in her life. And, you know, Mary, who would have known she was like shy and shit. And she didn't like a lot of people around her and shit like that. Like, it was like 15, 16, 17-year-old me watching my idol just open up, because back then them celebrities weren't talking about nothing. They wasn't arguing with bitches in the comments and shit. They wasn't with that shit. They was quiet as a mouse back then when I was growing up. Please believe this. This was in the 90s, so, you know, it was only what the tabloids say, or when they do an interview, they give you a little bit. But Mary ain't came out and told us Casey beat her till like later on in life and shit. Like, in my life, I can't speak for y'all life. I'm old as fuck, bitch. I'm finna turn 42, so might not look like it, but yes. But I am a Mary fan, and it was good to see her open up because, you know, celebrities didn't really do that much, and we knew that Casey beat up on her, and we knew about the drugs, but we didn't know deep Mary like as much as she opened up on this documentary. And the thing is, I think every woman could relate to her. Like, for real. That's why, like, most of her fans, like, I know she has some male fans, but most of her fans was women, because we can feel that shit. All of us been through that shit. A nigga did us wrong, and sometimes we just can't let that toxic motherfucker go, and the dick be so good, so we be like, fuck our feelings and how he make us feel at this moment. We're gonna continue to take this shit, and it's gonna get better, and all that hoping and wishing and shit. And I told y'all, I am the type of woman that knows when to go. So that's why I'm single now and just left a 5-year relationship. Well, almost 5-year relationship. I know when to go, and my relationship was like a healthy relationship until a certain point. So I like relate, like I said, this came on time for me because I just got out of a relationship, and, you know, happy That song, how can I love somebody else when I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go. That shit hit me right now because all I really wanna be is happy, for real. And it's like Mary touched everybody, like for real. She touched everybody. And they were seeing like how they were crying. Y'all, I took the damn wig off, so that's why you see the lace is not melted right now, but that hoe was melted in the beginning of the video. I had a phone call, snatched the wig off, cooked me something to eat, and I just plopped it back on my head. I ain't got time to be melting, but I'm still here to talk about Miss Mary. So, they had them in there crying, like people was in there crying. It was nice to see how Mary interact with like the producers and, you know, Puffy and just everybody. It's nice to see that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a good documentary and shit. So, it's a few things in the documentary. I'm not gonna give y'all too much, but I just want to say some things. Y'all, don't mind me. It's a few things on there that was kind of like she left out. And I'm guessing it's because it's called My Life because of her album, My Life. I think over 25 years old now. I don't know. But that's the reason of the documentary. And the album came out back then. And so maybe they only talked about what was going on back then, because they did only talk about what went on back then. But they didn't talk about, you know, her divorce. I think most people was watching and waiting for that. They didn't talk about, excuse me, they had Tyler Perry on there, and they didn't talk about her acting skills and shit. And, I mean, Mary just gave and Ghost, you know, on Power. Not Power, but it's Ghost, I think. That's the name of it, the second one, the sequel. She gave. That character was everything. So she's really, you know, because she's been acting for a long time. So they didn't talk about that. So maybe that's a good thing, you know. They don't want, I mean, I know they talked about Casey, and that was her and Casey relationship. That was going on back then. But they didn't talk about her husband, so maybe that's a good thing. You know, they didn't want it to be negative, even though the Casey part was negative. But being that her husband and her divorce was like so fresh, not really that fresh, but fresh enough, you know, since this documentary, maybe she's going to come out like in the future with a biopic. Let's hope and pray for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit would be everything. And, you know, it's a lot that's on there that I didn't spoil for y'all. But just go over there to Amazon and, you know, check it out. I think it's called My Life. We got Mary J. Blige. They got it on the heading because it just came out. So, y'all go check it out. It was good. Take my word for it. It was real, real good. And I also want to talk about the encore. I was talking about this on Snapchat. The encore is good, and I'm only on episode 1. I'm not even finished with it yet. I stopped to record this video. I was watching it, then again I got a phone call, and then I started doing a video, and then I got a phone call, started cooking. Now I'm back doing the video. Like I said, that's why the wig looked like this, but it was melted in the beginning of the video. Just go back and see. It was melted. It looked like it came out of my scalp and shit. But anyways, the encore is with, you know, some of the members of 702, some of the members of Total, some of the members of Cherish. I think that's the name. 808, the lady from The Real Housewives of Atlanta, was on there. I forgot her name, but she running wife from New Edition. She was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She got twins, 2 little boys, I think. But I forgot her name. But she's on there. I said 808. She from Black. But one of their sons was 808. it's other women from different. Nivea is on there. You know, different R&B backgrounds back in the 90s. Even some in 2000s, you know, and it's ratchet as fuck, and I love it, y'all. I fucking love it. I fucking love it because it's something new. I'm sick of Real Housewives of everybody, all of them. Sick of loving hip hop, all of them. Atlanta, New York, Hollywood, all of them. When I say loving hip hop, Atlanta, I only might give it a try this season because they got Amaretta on there. And Amaretta is that girl. I love her. She be rapping her ass off. Shade Room always sharing her. So I love her. So I'm just going to see what that's about. But if it seems like it's scripted and seems like it's the same old tricks, I'm not going to be interested in it. Because all of these people on Potomac, what's the other one? I always forgetting this one. They in Utah. Somewhere in Utah. I forgot, because that's how irrelevant they got to me. I just stopped watching them. But it's the same shit. Same people, especially Atlanta. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Same shit. And I'm just sick of watching stupid shit. Shit that just look crazy for 40-year-olds to be doing and shit. And I am the one that's kind of like immature in the family because I ain't got no kids. So I be doing some petty shit. And these bitches, they be doing some crazy shit that I would never do. So for me to be doing some petty shit, to say that shit, it means something. I'm sick of that shit. So I love to see new shit. And it's ratchet just like the other shit. And maybe I will get sick of this shit too. But I love to see new shit. I like to see Beyond the Pole, because that's new shit and it's ratchet. I like to see... what's the new shit and it's ratchet? I like, because it is new, because it's on season 3, Ready for Love. I like that too. And Barney Blue, she do reviews on them, and I like her reviews on them, so that's another reason why I watch it. But some of the shit I don't watch. I just can't. I just can't. But the Encore, y'all watch that, because that's good. And Basketball Wives, throw the whole motherfucking show away. I don't even want to see no new motherfucking people. Just throw the whole motherfucking show away. Because the shit that they gave us last season, I swear to God, I wasn't even going to watch it last season after what they did to OG. But I ended up watching it last season, and I was so mad at myself that I gave all that shit my attention. I was. And throw the whole crew away. You know what I'm saying? I love OG, but just throw the shit away. OG could just do her own thing. She a princess, shit. Anyways, that is my review on everything, y'all, that I decided to do a review on, because this is something I don't even do. Well, I have done in the past, but it's been a long time. But yeah, Mary J. Blige and the Encore. This is the girl, yes.